Look at the hair on me. It's actually starting to grow. I don't even know how a toupee started to grow, but it's doubled in length this week. How you doing? Oh, so tasty. Look at my face. You can tell it tastes good? I don't know what it is. My taste buds must be like on point or something because everything tart is just lighting up my my arm here. Hey, did. So we're gonna get this garlic artichoke, white truffle ravioli in us. We're gonna eat an orange. I'm gonna open up this kombucha here. We got some kombucha in us. I didn't bring up a glass, so it sucks. I don't know if I should put kombucha in me. I got like a bit of an upset stomach. Let me get something to drink first. Plus the ravioli is spicy, like it's tangy. So I'm gonna go with the silk next milk first. I'm very hungry and it's 8:05. Wow, nice. So I've had one meal today. I had porridge. I don't know what happened. But here we are. I don't know where the time went. Oh, I did eat a salad. Still starving though. A little bit over hungry at this point. Let's get some of this ravioli in us. Oh, there's actually a bread here. Let's chuck this in the oven for a minute. It's actually focaccia, some kind of thing. I'll cut it in half here. Totally forgot about this. This was supposed to be what went with the meal. So I did I cleaned the sink, cleaned the stove. I gotta wipe that one spot, but I'll do it after. I don't want to touch anything. I did the counters. Now I just gotta do that. Finish that table. I'm half done, and then I gotta go do the dining room. And tomorrow I'll be here about company at about 2:30 or 3 tomorrow, something like that. So I don't know. I'll wake up at the crack of dawn, so I should be fine. Couple things, little tiny touches to do here and there, and then I'm done. And next week, starting Monday to next Friday, Saturday, I got a bunch of stuff I gotta finish up. I will not be streaming too much. I don't think actually next week. I have a lot of things I want to get done. I gotta go see a few people. I won't be streaming for sure in the afternoons. Maybe late evening. Might get a late show out of me once a night, but maybe early morning show. If it's 4:30, I'll do a gaming stream. I think what I'm gonna do tonight is I haven't played games with like zombies or anything for a couple days now, 3 days. So I'm not craving it. I'm not digging it though, so I'm not gonna play tonight. I don't know. I'm not into gaming. I'm not into. I'm busy in there, and I don't talk about what I'm doing in there, and I don't show it. And everyone's like, "Oh yeah, but you don't show anything." I'm like, "Yeah, but because you guys are goofs." Like, well, part of that I did not understand. You know. I like going to people's channels to like chill for a bit, but very few channels. Let's be specific. On YouTube, I mostly enjoy chatting with ladies from France or some other part of the world. I do like chatting with growers who are guys, but there's not that many good growers out there, to be honest. You get a lot of old wives' tales, like you spin an egg 3 times and you can tell if it's a boy or a girl. Get a life quickly too. Get a life. If you look at the bean just the right way in the sun, you can see if it's a boy. Get a life real quick, bud. And then I always go. I always use the term. Well, yeah, a grandma or someone who says they've got it right. Nine grandchildren they've never guessed wrong. I've gone 12 cards on red or black, so I beat the grandma for boy or girl 3 times over. So have one of those for breakfast, bud. So yeah, like don't overthink stuff and then assume, because when you overthink and then instead of actually realizing what nature gives you to show you science happening in motion, you believe what the TV says, right? So herein lies how we have like 3/4 of the planet can't get any dumber, So this thing is nice and hot. Another 15-20 seconds. I like them super hot. And I have the knife here for the exact. I have to cut this and then I'll serve it up. Yeah, like I don't know. If you watch the evening news, you're a yutz. If you watch the evening news because you want to see what shade of lipstick the girls are wearing, go for it. But recognize and see through entirely what they are giving you, right? A spoonful of BS is still a spoonful of BS in the dark or when the lights are on. When I came on here 5 years ago, I really didn't know what to think. I honestly didn't. I had no idea, not for a second, that I would even be talking to somebody. I didn't know that you could do live streams on YouTube. Besides, let me see. Okay, that's a lie. I knew that, but I didn't know that a regular person could do a live stream on YouTube. I swear to God, this is true. I thought you had to be connected to Microsoft or Blizzard, a video game. I swear to God, because there was PewDiePie, Ice Poseidon, and Asian Andy that I had seen on YouTube, and these three had those three. So who did I say? Asian Andy, Ice Poseidon. Who was the first? PewDiePie. So those three have they definitely have connections at YouTube. They definitely have connections at YouTube. Ice Poseidon has said before, him and his name is Gray. What the Gray he calls him, but it's a handler. Ice Poseidon had a handler on Twitch that carried over to YouTube. You guys don't even understand what the internet is. The internet is a playground for Secret Service. Just so we're clear, it's a playground for Secret Service. When I came on YouTube 5 years ago, I saw nothing but entrapment on here. Nothing but entrapment. And and since then, the entrapment has slowed to almost Flintstone car, movement where they got to pedal it with their feet to get it going. And that makes me happy. But I saw so much entrapment on here, it's ridiculous. But it's scary, you know, like to think that the internet is supposed to, or YouTube rather, would be a fun place for people to hang out, and then you find out that there's actual police on here trying to entrap other people to see who's growing a plant in a garage that may or may not be, they may not have a medical license for. That is despicable. That is the epitome of a thief. They're stealing your life right in front of you. And it's for profit. These people work for profit. They put people in jail, mostly of color. If you look in the States, 90% of all plant incarcerations are black people. Did you know that? Or people of color. I mean, there's other races in the States that are in prison for 30 years for plants. So you have to recognize that where we've been and what you've been up to may not have been the best, route for you, eh? And when I came on here 5 years ago, I didn't realize how evil the internet was. Within a couple of years, I recognized, truly recognized, I saw grown men with children picking on 16-year-old girls on videos, like making videos about 16-year-old girls, grown men on YouTube with children. And I shunned and condemned them all. And I changed the game 3.5 years ago, 3-ish years ago. I changed the game. I could, there was threads, people had me in their group chats and they're like, oh, look at this. And I was like, oh my God. I looked at the video of a teenager crying because she had made a mistake. And grown men were holding a child, like bullying a child on YouTube. With YouTube channels. Like these people are still all over the internet. It's hilarious what's out there. And I lost followers. I turned people like with channels against me then. Because I wouldn't laugh at their hate-filled threads. Because I outed them and said, look at the evil these people are doing behind your backs. Anybody in a group chat that talks about somebody else is pure evil. And you have to recognize they're saying hate-filled thoughts about another person. Do you know what witches do? Do you know what witches do? They cast spells against people they don't like, so they talk badly about people they don't like. As a master warlock, I have to tell you that shit works. Against the weak. Against the unprotected, hey? But I wish doom and misery on people all the time, and it worked. That's how I know it's really a true thing. I only do it to the most despicable, evil, conniving liars. No. That. Cheats. People who say they're somewhere and they're not, doing something they're totally shouldn't be doing with someone else. Those are the ones. A lot of connivers out there. A lot of people that portray as something they're not. Oh, holier than thou type lifestyle. I'm the first one to tell you, I'm far nicer than majority of people because I have a conscience, right? And my conscience has guided me to this point without paying for prostitutes, without harming a child in my life. I can say this honestly. I've never abused a child. I've never physically threatened a child. All these things matter to me. You know, children are the most vulnerable. And they're always preyed on by adults. Always. Evil always preys on children. I don't know why. I guess it's the easiest thing to get away with. I don't know. But then it goes even deeper and more intimate. It's your family sometimes, you know? If it's not your babysitter, it's your uncle, your aunt. I mean, I don't know too many aunts, but there's definitely creeps out there. A lot of creepy uncles out there. Horrible fathers out there. Horrible fathers. And then you get a group of men together, like in a group chat, but now in person. And you should see the evil these people get up to. Unreal. A good time for a group of old men in Manitoba? I should read you something about sacrificing goats. You should read what I read the other day. It is so despicable. I actually didn't realize this was a thing. Turns out they do this all the time in Manitoba. There are groups of people who believe that like these people are like redneck as fuck, and they believe it is their job to sacrifice goats. Do you know what that is? A fucking psychopath is what it is. So if anyone has ever witnessed that or seen it and done nothing, you are the epitome of scum and slime. Laughing while something is fearing for its life is the wrong way to live your life. What's up, Oracle? What's the word today? The word is vagina. Vagina is a beautiful word. This is the late show, or it was a late show before this. We can talk about vaginas. I know it very well. You get some messy ones, you know? Chicks like to talk about dudes, right? Oh, short, oh, skinny, oh, narrow, or long, oh, dangly, oh, a Coke can. Dudes can talk about chicks too, you know? You got meat flaps, mud flaps, all kinds of flaps, you know? Clams, digglers, you got innards, outards. I could go on for days. Sometimes I get a vagina flashback once in a while. Not for years, but I have had a vagina flashback. I don't know, something happened, and man, vaginas are just flooding my mind. Holy crap. Disgusting. Too much hair. There was a lot of pubes, you know? Don't get me wrong, I saw a runway on, what do you call it, like a runway? I saw a runway on IG the other day. I don't know how it was posted on there. I was flipping through my thing. And it's like a paid sponsorship from this girl in a yoga class, and she's in like nothing, doing yoga. And of course I take a look, and she had a runway or something, an airstrip or something. I forget what it's called. I forget what it's called. There's something there anyway. Bunch of hair in a line, and then that's about the least messy, you know. Man, some of the chicks were literally from the bush, and man, they had a bigger bush than the bush we drove through to get to her place, bro. I was like, what the hell, bro? It was like on the sides of her knees, all the way down her thighs. I was like, what the hell? Beautiful girl and everything, but just like fucking hair everywhere. I was just like, God damn, man, what the hell, bro? I don't even really remember that one, but I just remember like I was freaked out. I had the chills. I don't even like scary movies or nothing. It was like I had a scary movie in me. I was like, yeah. I wasn't like, but I was like, ah! It scared the shit right out of me. A lot of black hair, and pale white legs with black hair, just right down to her knees. I was like, what? There's a lot going on that night. Next morning too, I denied it the next morning. I used to shut shit down. That's the type of legend I am. They'd be like, hey, no. And I'm like, no, I'm good, bud. I gotta get out of here. I'm going for a run by the beach, bro. Yeah, no, I was definitely good. I shut a lot of shit down the next day. I was like, nope, I'm good. See ya. Or even that night, like, I mean, I'd just like take right off, like right after. Usually, that was how I was. No, I would always let them know ahead. I'd be like, hey, I'm just here for like whatever. What time's it? 8. I'm leaving at 10. You know, see ya. But I have shit to do, you know. I can't believe how much I got done today. I don't even know what time I woke up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't remember. I remember waking up 2:30 the other day. I don't know if it was today or yesterday. Oh my god, I got so much done that day too. I'm literally almost done everything. Like I don't even know. Like next week, like after this week. Not this week. I'm gonna have tomorrow. Week after that, I'm gonna be able to start planning. I'm gonna do diagrams. Basically, all my diagrams I brought to fruition over the last few, all of them. Not basically, I've brought all my diagrams to the most beautiful fruition you could ever imagine. I'm almost done entirely. Maybe about 6 months. I think I finish this year. If it's not this year, it's for sure by next year I finish. But the gardens are always the thing that take the longest and the most work, right? But the shoveling takes the most out of me, and it does take a long time, but it doesn't take the longest. It just takes a couple weeks, maybe. I do most of it myself, and because of that, I'm 40, so it's like I don't know. Most you don't see guys my age shoveling at 45, shoveling 9 yards of granite and heavy rocks. You do not see. I work on a lot of job sites in the last 10 years. I saw hardly anybody that was my age. It's all young laborers. They only get 25-year-olds most of the time, maybe 30-year-olds. Most of them are addicted to something though, so the world changed, eh? The laborers of now, fucking all pill poppers, man. It's hard to find a laborer that's in his 20s, mid 20s to early 30s that's not on some kind of pharmaceuticals or hard things. Let's just leave it there. I mean hard stuff, so it makes you grouchy too. It makes you evil. It makes you really, really, really tough. And if anybody lips you, it's an instant KO. So you mix that with those pill poppers or those hard addicted people, and you got some dirties of walking Winnipeg right now. They don't hold the job long enough to really get tougher than me, but they still get tough, eh? Like they get a lot tougher, and when you're that crazy on these type of pharmaceuticals, like anyone that does a pharmaceutical, you should recognize you're no longer natural. You have changed your chemical composition, your natural enzymes, your natural composition has been altered with pharmaceutical drugs. It's very important that you understand this. Synthetic, not natural. They don't deplete and leave your body overnight. They completely change the compounds and the makeups in your body entirely upon taking them. Pharmaceutical drugs, they don't tell you the truth about pharmaceuticals. And why would they when they're profiting through the ass just off the taxes on the pharmaceuticals, let alone the revenue? So, you think about these things that I taught you today. It's 8 o'clock at night. And remember, you're watching TV later, right? And it's going to pollute your brain. You're going to forget 90% of everything I said. The TV shows you watch, the flashy lights and the beeping noises, all are ways of dumbing you down. They're serious ways of dumbing you down. I'll give you the quick analogy on this. When you go to the casino, they did research in the last 30 years, we'll say, longer than that, but 30 years of research has been done to prove how to keep people at a casino. Warm weather, don't show clocks, very well lit, tons of music and noise to make you think you're a champion, that you're winning. Ding, 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 ding. Literally, you won 14 cents and the machine is freaking out. When you used to go to the slots, VLTs or something back in the day, The only time your machine would make a sound, I think, I can't remember if my mind's a blank for this, is if you won the Royal Flush. I think it would go or something. Like, I think something would happen. Otherwise, that fucking machine doesn't make a beep. But what happened from the 90s till right now, 30 years, is they changed psychologically how to keep you captivated. They have recognized through MK Ultra and other experiments done on human beings the best ways to enthrall you and keep you captivated. And I learned what I could. Okay, there was many ways I've done a show, and the many ways I did a show, I learned that these ways are so true it hurts. That's why I run the most basic of all the shows you can think, because of one day this shit's gonna be fire. And one day the world is gonna understand that they were so fooled by the masses in the media. But everything, it's like the person who writes a book that's a bestseller. He wrote that book 6 years ago, 10 years ago, and it may get read and become a bestseller after the fact. And that's how it is. When somebody tells the truth takes a long time to come to light, because the liars are so prevalent in society. They profit off of their lies. So why would they want you knowing how the world works so you could then not have to pay taxes? So you could then learn how to have a castle just like they do, right? Probably my favorite thing to do in the evening is just to put on a bit of a movie and then just fall, like, coast off, and then wake up, a bit after, and then just slow into the night like that. I don't like when it's like, hey, lights out, shut the light off. I don't like that. I like winding down and then drifting off once my eyes are closing and I'm getting tired. Click the TV, turn it off, Very good. I've got 3 left. I gotta go poop. So I will see you next time. Been running the greatest show on YouTube for 5 years plus now. And I've seen what's on YouTube, There's a lot of diss. I run the greatest show. There's a couple other shows I enjoy to watch. 1 or 2. I like a poker vlogger, and then I also like Anonymous and Divergent. So there's 3 channels. When I first came on, before I came on here, I used to watch Casey Neistat and Ice Poseidon. But I hated Ice Poseidon after. I didn't hate him initially. I thought he was a genius. And then I realized the guy's a complete oaf who is being backed by... He is a pawn for the highest level of Secret Service. You have to understand that musicians, hockey players, they have side jobs. Anyone who travels probably has some connection to Kaya. And most people who are anybody know all of this instantly. The world isn't as small as people think it is. The world is a lot smaller than people think it is. I'm taking this.
I was really focused on that ravioli. The world is such a small place. Which is why I don't buy the census crap. I don't buy into it. I'm really good at math, and I don't know how many people live in Winnipeg. And yeah, you can just quickly spout off the number the news gave you last week, but did you know the news didn't tell you anything about what happened over the last 3 years? So stop buying into it.